So what people don't understand too is a lot of these big major league sports, they're backed by billion-dollar broadcasting deals. They're backed by billion-dollar sponsorship deals. And then they're able to go put together the best athletes, and then they have so much viewership. It's not there yet on some of these types of organizations, like say Supercross or SLS, you know? So they're not able to meet that same star level, but I'll guarantee you right now, Jett Lawrence is more famous than some of these football players. So Ryan Sheckler is a lot more famous than some of these football players.
So I was going to make that point to you, which is, you know, they've been talking about Jett's deal, and you're more in the know than I do.
Yeah, 100 million 5-year Honda.
No. I wish it was 100 million. I wish he was getting 100 million.
Yeah.
He deserves 100
He's got
million.
enough Rolls Royces. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, okay, but does
for what he does?
he
100%.
But for what he does, when you look at a guy
he's a
that's
superstar.
That's the third string quarterback on some trash football team that you've never heard of, and he's making $7-8 million a year to sit on the bench, and then you see these people in the comments, and I was looking at when they drop Jett's deal, and they don't give the specifics, but guys are in there go, I never got paid $5 million or $7 million a year to ride a dirt bike. And I'm going, well, but how much money do you think Jett Lawrence is making everybody around him? And when you look at, I heard some podcasts that Bubba may have brought $1 billion into the industry. Easily. So you're saying a guy brings $1 billion into an industry. What do you think Bubba's net worth is? 25, 30 max? If you had to guess?
Without a doubt, Jett Lawrence is one of the biggest, if not the biggest focal point. Not to mention you have Hunter Lawrence making the story just as exciting.
Correct.
But he doesn't get the amount of credit he deserves. One of the most surgical racers in the game. And I think this year, like you said, a great point. This kid's about to put on a clinic. But I think the Lawrence brothers, look at what they do with the Lawrence fan zone, right? Yeah. So let's talk about them for a second. The Lawrence experience is one of the coolest things in the fan zone. But instead of having people rally around it being like, finally racers are getting empowered and being able to build their own kind of personal wealth with brands and sponsorships, you guys being like, oh, why are you charging people to take photos? Like, brother, there's a reason why they need to have revenue. They need to make money to be able to buy these $500,000 big rigs and these show trailers. And like, what the problem is sometimes the biggest advocates are not even from your organization or your industry. It's from outside the industry. And the biggest naysayers are from your own industry. Those kids, without a doubt, Jaxxon is probably the fastest growing men's jewelry brand. We would have never got into Moto if it wasn't for Twitch. I had a personal infinity with Moto. I think is one of the dopest things, and it correlates perfect with what we're trying to do here, which is build with athletes in our media house. Twitch came in with Ryan Sheckler. I'm like, Twitch, I'd love to work with you. We don't have the craziest budget, contrary to what everybody thinks. Ain't nobody a billionaire. We're shoestringing the whole budget together, trying to make something special. And Twitch is like, I'm all in. I believe in this. Twitch then was able to help me coordinate with Sheckler and get the Lawrence brothers involved. And then I said, yo, Twitch, now we have so much Moto. I was like, what about we put together this podcast and we focus specifically on Moto, skate, and surf, a little bit of jiu-jitsu, but we have our Jaxxon podcast for that. Twitch is basically holding the torch for this Moto industry, allowing us to give some of these guys some money, bring them in, get them sponsorships. But you see the Lawrence brothers, they don't need to be here 3 days a week. They don't need to be doing all the extracurriculars like meeting fans and meeting buyers and going to meeting the staff. They put in so much work outside of racing that the Moto industry will never see. Jett Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence are probably the most business savvy athletes I've ever met. And they handle a lot of their own deals with their dad. But the problem is the story is never told the right way. And these kids go out, like Twitch is like everybody's idol in that industry. And we all look towards Twitch, even myself, when it comes to business. He's been relevant for so long, but it's because he puts in the work. It's not because he's sitting here saying, I'm the man. Same with Ryan Sheckler. The reason why the kid was hated on is he was a part of Axe Body Spray. He was a part of Red Bull as a little kid. He was
MTV,
a part of,
his own TV show. Like,
he did all the things no one else could do. But they don't want to give the credit for that, you know? Yeah. So it's such a good point. And to get back to what we were talking about here with the way you're kind of redefining the social wagering aspect, I love that because you're able to bring people together too in an industry that kind of separates people and tears their life apart. You're able to kind of bring people together and let it be a lot more interactive. Because you know how many times I've hit up Twitch and I'm like, yo, who's going to win tonight? Let's get some action.
Every weekend.
Yeah. Twitch is like insider trading. Though.
Hey, this guy, if you ever wanted to have a social wagering, hit him up. Somehow he knows everybody. Sure. Oh, that guy's tired.
I just put a wager on this dude. I'm like, he just got hurt at the test track yesterday. I would pull that.
Yeah,
I'd pull
like,
that.
This guy's hurt. Oh, that guy's boots don't fit right. I'm
and the team's never going to come out and tell anybody he just got hurt at the test track.
No one wants to tell anyone.
Twitch has half the league. Literally half the league is at his house every day. And people don't even talk about that. And they're doing jumps. I don't even think they're supposed to be jumping. I'll tell you, racers right now are jumping in Twitch's backyard. If anybody wants to go check it out, go to his backyard. You'll see some stuff you shouldn't be seeing.